What's up guys, this is Ronnie. Welcome back to our channel Total Technology. This is tutorial 2 and today's topic will be how to create multiple Elasticsearch index using Python. So in the last tutorial we have seen how to create single index, and in this tutorial we'll be going to see how to create multiple indexes. Okay, so we'll be going to adapt two approach. For example, you want to create an index with some sort of sequence like index 1, index 2, index 3. How to do that, and as well as how to create an index, and the index name will be provided from a text file. So we'll be going to use this two approach, and this is not going to be approach, rather than you can call it as a two separate use case, cause many times you have a requirement that your client or your customer will come to you and say that okay, let's say I have a product called let's say XYZ, and out of that product I want to create a different version of that product like XYZ1, XYZ2, XYZ3 and XYZ4. I want to create multiple indexes, and the product name will be prefixed with the some sort of sequence will be prefixed with that product name. For example, XYZ1 is a one index, XYZ2 is one index, something like that. Okay, so we'll be going to do that first, and after that we'll be going to read the name from a CSV file, and after that we'll try to create that. This is going to be a very simple approach, simple Python approach, probably for looping, but again how to implement those ideas or implementation approach with the help of Python for your Elasticsearch index creation, that is going to be very important. And this is going to be again very simple tutorial. Whatever I'm teaching, I'm actually getting the reference from the Elasticsearch documentation, so if you guys are interested, can just go ahead and read the documentation for more knowledge or understanding. Okay, so without a further delay, let's move to the next slide. So this is kind of some sort of definition. I'm not going to explain this thing again because I believe it's already done in the last tutorial, but just a quick pointer. So this is actually copy pasted from the Elasticsearch official documentation. So if anyone is interested to learn or read the documentation, and I will highly recommend that, because reading a documentation is a good approach, definitely will get something new. So just search in the Google Elasticsearch official page, you will get this information. So installation steps are here if anyone is watching this video for the first time or missed out the first tutorial. So this is second tutorial guys, you are not very late, just go ahead and start watching the playlist from the tutorial 1, and if you are still not interested, then just follow this installation steps. Okay, so everything is here. So this is kind of Python setup. I'm just going to continue this run through the slide kind of a thing for probably a couple of more sessions, because again this is a new thing, so hopefully I should do it for 4 or 5 tutorials, and after that I'll skipping this part. Okay, so once you install your Python library, then you can check this connection like this thing. So as I told you last tutorial, if you see here in the second line, we are not using any user ID and password, but in this tutorial we'll be going to use a user ID password, because user ID and password I have already set, so hopefully we can do that. Okay, next thing is that what is index. I already explained that index is kind of a database, equivalent to database from a index is not equivalent to the database index, rather than index is equivalent to a database. For example, when you are going to store something, definitely in a database. So Elasticsearch also, when you would like to store or keep something for further analysis, definitely you need to create an index, and all data will be stored in the form of document inside the index. Okay, Elasticsearch is a no structured database, so everything will be called as a document. Okay, or in a simplistic sentence, it's going to be a JSON. Okay, enable minimal security, as I told you. So let me open this thing, and probably if you go through this thing, so how to set up user ID and password for your Elasticsearch, you will see this thing. See, I have set this user ID and password, and if I hit this thing, I'll be able to log in. So in the last tutorial we don't need any login kind of a thing, but I need right now the login, and this information how to do it is provided over here. So just follow the simple steps, we'll get to this thing. I actually follow the steps only. Okay, so that is why I kept everything here actually. Okay, we should not create any problem. Okay, and last but not least, create multiple index using Python. So now our actual tutorial starts. So I will jump into the code and start doing it. Okay, so let me minimize this thing first, and after that let me delete this thing as well, and after that let me open my DevTools just to check what are the indices are there. Okay, so if you see here, I have this many thing. Okay, so now we'll try to create multiple indexes, and we'll see all these things are listed over here or not. Okay, so let's try. Okay, so this is a password, just because I pasted here so that I should not forget. Okay, so first thing first, I created a file called tutorial.py, so I'll start writing. So more or less this is going to be the same thing like last tutorial. First we have to import the necessary library, so it is going to be from Elasticsearch, import Elasticsearch, then it is going to be, you need to create a connection. Okay, and here it will be going to be Elasticsearch and something like this. Okay, so here first thing we need to provide the host. Okay, and then it is going to be, in our case, localhost, right? Okay, now we'll be going to give port. In our case this is going to be 9200, right? So this part is done. Now what will happen, I will going to provide the authentication information. So it is going to be http underscore it is going to be http auth, yes, right? And here I'll be going to provide the user ID and password. So first thing, my user ID will be elastic, okay, and password will be this one. Okay, right? And after that I'll try to print this thing, print yes dot ping. See, if it is returning true, it means my connection string and user ID password is working perfectly. So let me open in an integrated terminal, and after that let me run this thing, python 3 tutorial2.py. sorry, I just missed a y, so it's true. Now let me just prove my point. Let me just add some garbage character like QQ, not garbage, invalid character, so it should return false. Okay, see, it's false, see. Okay, it is returning with some error. Just hold on, let me just resize this something. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so now our connection has been established. Now we'll be going to create the multiple indexes. So create index with sequence. Okay, so create index with sequence. Here, how are we going to do it? So let me just do one thing. This is going to be tutorial 2 kind of part 1, because I'll be going to write 2 use cases, so that is why I'm just doing it like this. Okay, so there will be 2 files. Okay, so let's say our sequence word will be index base name. Okay, index base name kind of a thing I would like to give. So maybe I can give it to let's say October. So the month is October, that is why I would like to do it like this. Okay, so simple. So now what will happen, so your requirement is that you should create 10 indexes. So what will happen, for I in range 11, so it should start with 0 to 1. So for I equals to 1, so it should go to 1 to 11. Okay, like this something. For I 1, something like this. Expected in pylons. Okay, just hold on. For I in range, I just missed this thing, I equals to 1. Okay, for I in range 11, or maybe I can do something range 11. So this is also valid. Okay, now I can create index. So it should be es dot create. So we would like to create index, so it should be es dot create index, right? uh, so here I should give the name of the index, so it should be index. Okay, so now I have to give this index base name. Okay, and after that plus, and it should be stri. So and there should be something like this, like underscore and plus. So base name underscore string, so es dot create. Okay, and maybe I can response, again print the response. Okay, so we'll get to know what is happening. Okay, okay, that's it. So what is happening here, this is very simple. I have created this index name, some sort of base name, so October 1, October 2 until October 10 will be created. Okay, so let's run this thing. Error, no such file or directory. Okay, so I have changed the name to part 1, so sorry, this is my mistake. Tutorial underscore. Okay, let's execute this thing. Okay, create two parameter. Okay, so okay, yeah, I actually missed one more parameter, so I need to mention like the name as well. Name is given here, I don't know. Yes, this is that. Oh, sorry, I did a mistake. So this is going to be like this, es toss indices dot create. So I did a mistake, sorry. Okay, so it is true. See, acknowledgement, we are getting acknowledgement. True means it is created. Okay, so nicely created. So it should be the, how to create that, it's going to be index dot create. So you need to call this function. Okay, sorry, it's a method. Okay, so we are following ops concept. Okay, so you want to, if you want to get through the documentation of this thing, you can just do something like that. If you go here and you will see the documentation, and the documentation link is over here. Even if you click here, so here in the below at the last line, create an index with optional mapping, all these informations are here, and this methods actually takes this many parameters or arguments. You can easily read through this thing. Okay, so this is also important, and it is not required that you should print the response, but again, if you want to see everything then and there on your screen, or just to make you guys understand, I just did it because this is a very good approach. If you see here that I am getting the index name and the acknowledge equals true means it's created. So let's check it from here as well. Where is my screen? Yes, so let's run this thing. See, I got everything. October 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So all are created. Okay, okay, so one objective is completed. So let me take a screenshot of this thing. Okay, and let me will put it over here. Okay, so yeah, I'll do it here, don't worry. So my next use case will be create index in bulk. So maybe I can write index creation in bulk using sequence number. Okay, so this is done. Let me close it, but before I close it, this thing, let me copy this thing because I'll be going to need this thing here as well. So let me create a new file, tutorial 2 underscore part2.py. okay, so after that let me copy paste this thing. Okay, so I'm getting one thing not getting, actually I need to create a CSV file. So I'm just create a CSV file, not a CSV file, just a text file with some dummy names of the indexes, and after that we'll try to start the tutorial. So let me just give me a minute. I'm just going to pause the video for maybe 2 minutes. I'll quickly come and create the text file and I will start from there, because if I do the CSV file creation with recording the video length will be unnecessarily like higher. Video length would be higher. Okay. Alright guys, so I have created the text file. So the text file is here. Actually, if you see, I have created 5 indexes, and the name are employee, HR, finance, vendor, sales, and invoice. We'll be trying to read this file and try to create the invoice. Sorry, try to create. We'll try to create the index. So same thing. So maybe index creation in bulk using input file. Okay. So let me write this thing over here one more time. Okay. So first thing first, I need to import this library. Okay. So should be with io.open, and here I'll be going to give a name input.txt, and after that maybe I can open the file in read mode. Then you can write encoding equals to utf-8, and here it should be as f1, and then data equals to f1 dot read. Okay, and then f1 dot close. Okay, and let's print this thing. We'll see whether I'm getting any data or not. So let me just, so inventory and install is not the thing. Let me python 3, then tutorial 2 dot part, sorry, should be okay. So it should return true, means this one true, and I'm getting all these values from the file. See, employee, HR, finance, vendor. So my objective is find like what I'm trying to read from the file. Now what I have to do, I can write data equals to data dot split, and it should be split by new line character. Okay, it should be like this. Okay, so now let's print this thing. So everything will be inside a list, and every element of the list will be one single object, like employee, HR, something like that will come. Okay, so let's try to write this thing. Okay, see, so I got everything. Now I have to iterate through this list. Okay, so for index in data, okay, then I can write response, same thing, response equals to es dot indices dot create, and index will be this index. Okay, and same thing, I would like to print the this response. Okay, so I'll get the acknowledgement. Okay, so let's try to create this thing. So before that, let me show you guys what is the condition of our this thing. So let me execute this thing. See, I have only this many things, so employee HRs are not available. So let's execute this thing. Okay, okay, so employee is acknowledged, HR acknowledged, finance acknowledged, vendor acknowledged, sales acknowledged, invoice also acknowledged. Okay, fine. So let's check this thing. See, finance is here, vendor is here, sales is here, employee is here, HR is here. So all right, perfect, everything is as expected. So this is very simple thing. So if you see this thing here one more time, so this is completely Python. This is Python, this is Python, this is Python. Okay, actually whole thing is Python, but if you know Python, then it will be really easy. And whatever is required to work with Elasticsearch, that concept actually I can tell you guys, and I'm doing it for last 2 tutorials. Probably we have completed 3 use case. In the first tutorial we have completed 2 use case, like how to create and how to check from Python, and in this tutorial probably you can mark it as 2 different use cases, like creating in bulk using sequence, and creating index in bulk by reading a input file. Okay, So hopefully you guys are now fine with this use case and tutorial. So as expected, I would like to tell you, so I got so many feedback after my last question that how should I plan this tutorial. So most of you recommended that I should go from a very slow basic to intermediate and advanced approach. So what I planning, actually I'm doing the same thing. Initially probably first 12 or 15 tutorial I'll be going to play around with the Elasticsearch various component with Python, and after that we'll gradually start going to the intermediate topic like querying Elasticsearch, and after that in the advanced part we'll try to implement 5 to 10 different fully fledged use case or project. For example, application log, and after that application log to the ingestion in the Elasticsearch, and from ingestion to creating them dashboard, and after that viewing result or doing something using Python. So those are the things actually I have planned, but again it is a complete series and tutorial, so this will take some time. I need to invest some time on this thing, so hopefully this will happen over the period, but this is the plan. So initially I will go with the very slow approach. I will try to explain different components aspects of Elasticsearch with Python, but again this is not going to be a theoretical approach like the same way I'm doing till now. It will be completely kind of a implementation or hands-on based or hands-on driven approach, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Okay, so that's it guys, but again just please do me a favor, put some comments or feedback how you guys are enjoying this course, what is missing, what is like what could be better, so that I can plan accordingly, and hopefully that will help you guys to understand a more effective way. Okay, and last but not least, you guys are doing so many tutorials, so I'll highly recommend you guys to, after watching my videos, try to do some practice or write your own code by your own, or else you will definitely forget over the period of time. So that is why practice is only the key thing. So please do some practice, write your code after watching this video. That will actually help you to become a better developer for the future, and also you will get ample confidence. It's kind of a confidence when you are writing your own code. By practicing, definitely this will give you a booster. Okay, so enough of talking guys, we'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and have a nice day.